Greetings, it's a little lesson for JP Allen and Harmonica.com, and I'm using a very basic old C harmonica. It's a Hohner Big River. It's absolutely bog standard, nothing special about it. It's a very sort of ordinary, pretty poor kind of harp, to be honest. But I thought I'll use a very basic harp so that you can hear that none of the stuff I talk about or play on this video is anything to do with, you know, me having a fancy harmonica. So certainly this is certainly not fancy, I can tell you. You can hear straight away it's a kind of a very kind of average harp. There's a lot of air around the reeds. There's a lot of air around the notes, which means that it's not very airtight. But anyway, if I can play stuff on this, your harmonica will probably be better, so you should sound better than me. Okay? Okay, now in this video I'm going to talk about the two kinds of second position. Now, it surprises me that a lot of players don't realize there's two ways of playing second position. Two different scales for second position, that's what I really mean. There's the common one, which is a kind of a bluesy scale. Okay, so that's using a kind of a blues pentatonic scale. So it's 2 draw, and then 3 with a bit of a bend. So here's your normal 3. We're going to bend it down. So 2 draw, and then bend to that 3, and then 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 draw, and then 6 blow. Okay, that's the blues pentatonic, and that's great for any kind of you know, bluesy playing. But there's another kind of pentatonic second position that people often only discover later on after they've been playing for a while, and it's a real sweet one. It's well, I call it the sweet pentatonic, or you could call it the country pentatonic, and it uses different notes. It's still 5 notes, but it uses different selections out of the octave. So here it is. And here's the other one. You can see they start and end on the same notes, but they sound subtly different. Okay, so here's the sweet pentatonic. It starts on 2 draw, just like the other one. And then, instead of bending just a semitone on 3, go all the way down to the tone bend. Okay. So you've got to go from your 2 draw to your 3 bend without doing a... Okay. If you don't know how to do that, that's a really good skill to master, and even if just playing this scale helps you do it. So you've got to drop that embouchure as you move from your 2 draw to your 3 bend, so you hit it perfectly in tune. And on that little, I'm just shaking my jaw to give it a little bit of vibrato. Okay. Now, after you've got there, then you let it all the way up. Back to your normal 3 draw, and then you go to 4 draw, 5 blow, and then 6 blow. And you can come down 6 blow, 5 blow, 4 draw, 3 draw, and then bend. And I'll play the bluesy one again, and you'll hear the difference. Hear the difference there? So that's the difference between the two scales, and they really give a totally different flavour. Now the good thing about knowing both of these scales is that each is appropriate for different things. The bluesy one is great for when you're wanting to sound, you know, get down and get sort of mean with a kind of a, you know, angsty sort of sound. And then the sweet pentatonic is great for more pretty kind of beautiful sort of melodies. You really, that's where you don't want to sound bluesy. Okay, so it's really good to know the two and be able to select between the two, depending on what type of music you're playing, who you're playing with, what the song is, all that kind of thing. So just to kind of help you, you know, feel the difference, I'm going to just work out a couple of little basic melodies that you can learn in each scale, and hopefully that will imprint the sound of each scale in your neurons, and then later on you'll be able to have some fun and you know, sort of develop each one a little bit further on your own. Okay, here's a little phrase on the bluesy pentatonic. It's a little call and answer phrase. I'll play it up to speed and then a little bit slower, and there'll be some tablature you can sort of use to pick it out. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's all it is. Okay, so here it is a little bit slower. And even slower. Okay, so have a go with that. That'll really get you around the feel of the minor pentatonic, the bluesy pentatonic, if you like. Okay, here's one in the major pentatonic, the kind of the sweet sort of sounding scale. This one's going to be starting on a 3 bend. Okay, here we go. 3, 4. And again. Okay, and now I'll slow it down a bit. And even slower. And even slower. Okay, can you hear the flavour of that? It's quite different to the other one. Okay, I'll play each one in turn now. I'm going to play each one twice, so you really get into the feel of the scale. And then after I've played it twice, I'll go to the other one. You know, go from the bluesy one to the sweet one, to the bluesy one, to the the major sounding one. So we'll start with the bluesy one first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I hope that's your ears are really starting to pick out the difference. And of course, what you need to do is, as you switch between the two scales, is deliberately avoid. For instance, if you're playing the bluesy one, you're not going to be playing 5 blow, but in the sweet one, you are going to be playing 5 blow, and you're not going to be playing 5 draw. Okay, I mean, you can throw. Of course, these are rules that can be broken later on. I mean, you can play the sweet one and then throw in a bit of 5 draw just for extra flavour, but it's really a good idea to initially just separate the two in your mind. Okay, well, I hope that was interesting for you, and work away on those two scales. You might end up finding that you prefer one over the other, and you become more of a person who enjoys playing in the major sound as opposed to the bluesy sound, or vice versa. But anyway, they're both useful to know and to be able to pick out as appropriate for different musical situations. Okay, till the next lesson, bye for now.